So thank you guys all for hopping on tonight for our team call. I'm going to talk to you guys about how to create a vision statement to help you pursue your dreams, pursue your goals, and stay on track. So one of the things that I wanted to really dig deep in is this topic, and this is great for no matter where you are at as a coach. And I've touched on vision boards before and your mission and your purpose, but this is something that I've been talking to my new life coach, which is exciting, my new life coach about, and he actually gave me the breakdown and gave me a homework assignment. He made me do homework. I'm like, damn it, homework and stuff. Anyways, so what I'm going to do for you guys is to help you create your own vision statement, to help you pass it on to your coaches, to your significant others, to anybody that you obviously love, because this is something that's going to be huge for you guys. When we talk about a vision statement, or we talk about a mission or a purpose or whatever, it's that thing that drives us, that thing that guides us to where we want to be. We all know that we have crappy days, right? We all know that mama life can be struggling. We all know that working for the man can be a struggle. We all know that being told no a bazillion times can be a struggle. Or we stub our toe, that hurts, we can't work out that day. Or, whatever. There's things that come up all the time that detour us, right? Maybe we've been working our butt off and then we gorge on pizza and we're up 5 pounds and we're like, oh my God, woe is me. That's my every weekend struggle. But anyways, so this is something that's really big that I want you guys to really take notes on this, because I want you to really think about this. And yes, you're going to have a homework assignment. No, I do not have like a 24-hour turnaround where you guys have to turn them in, or your band, you can't come on next team Zoom. Well, maybe I should be that super strict, but I'm just kidding. But I want you guys to do this, not for me, but for you. And whether or not you pursue Beachbody for the rest of your life or not, I think this is something that's going to help you and your family in your future, regardless of where you're headed. It's going to be short and sweet, so I'm not going to keep you guys on like I did last week for an hour. So just to let you know, just a little warning, you guys get rid of me quickly tonight. But I want you guys to keep this in a place where you can refer to when you're talking to new coaches, when you're talking to new challengers even, or whatever. And another thing, if you're married or you're in a relationship, or you have children, this is something that is really special and really important that you can have them combined with you on this, because if you have people that are in your life, whether they're your significant other, your partner, your children, whatever, they're sharing the same house with you. They're sharing the same future with you, the same goals, same morals, things like that. So when you include them, they not only feel a part of what it is you're working towards, but they encourage you and guide you and get excited about the little things that are a part of your vision together. So make sure that you're including your loved ones around, even though if I included Gage, I'm sure he'd be like, oh my God, we need a house made of Legos, or, something fun like that. But maybe we can have a mini house made of Legos. But anyways, so when you guys create a mission or a vision statement, I want you guys to write it as a letter 5 years from now. So write that down. When I create my vision statement, I am writing it 5 years from now, and you're going to write it as a memory. And I want you to be super detailed with all of the categories that I'm going to list below. And when you're super detailed, I want you guys to remember to use your 5 senses. Like, this is something that I never thought of doing. I'm like, oh, I want a lake house. I want a backyard with a campfire so me and my boys can be all cozy by the campfire roasting marshmallows and watching the lake. Like, this is my dream. But then I was like, but then I could hear the crackling of the fire. And then I could feel the cool breeze brushing against us. And I could smell the crisp marshmallows melting, and I could, hear my son laughing. And like, when you start using your 5 senses, it really brings your vision to life. Does that make sense? Instead of just saying, oh, 2017 Audi. Okay. What about the leather that you feel? What about the vroom vroom that it sounds like, or the music that you're blaring, or the wind in your hair when your convertible top is down, or, you know, whatever. Yes, marshmallows have no calories, right? But when you get your five senses into every little aspect of your vision, it really brings it to life. And I think when you incorporate the senses, that's when you really start getting excited, right? Because you can really see yourself like that. You can really feel your body and your family and everything right there in that picture. So when you're writing your letter, first start off with health and well-being. In 5 years, where do you picture yourself? Your body, your health, your well-being, mentally, emotionally, and physically. Those are all aspects of your well-being. So don't just be, I want to be in a size 2. Because apparently when you're a size 2, that's your voice. I'm sorry for everyone that's a size 2 and that's not your voice. I'm not trying to stereotype by any means. I'm sorry, I'm an a-hole. Don't judge me. Katie's shaking her head like, yeah, oh, she's probably talking to someone else. I thought she was agreeing with me being an a-hole. Anyways, but I want you to really think about what healthy means to you, what feeling good in your own skin means to you. Use your five senses. Like for me, because I came from a place where I remember going into a dressing room and crying to my mom because the size 18s wouldn't button. I cried and I cried and I cried. And I remember going shopping after I lost a good chunk of weight, and I would still grab 18s, right? And I was probably in a size 10, 12 at this time comfortably. And I was still grabbing 18s. And I remember grabbing a size 10 and I'm like, there's no way in the world that these would fit. There's no way. My mom's like, just try them. Just try them. And I went and I tried them. And I just remembered the feeling in my body of being able to button them without like it tugging at my hips, without me like having to suck in. Like I felt like this weird goosebumpy, crazy feeling like, oh my gosh, I'm really not an 18. And like you smell the new jeans as you're putting them on. You the way that they feel, the confidence that you feel when you're looking in the mirror. You know, like this is the five senses. You have to use these when you're really thinking about how you want to feel 5 years from now or where you're going. So health and well-being. Second, your relationships. This is friendships. This is what do you call significant relationships? Marriage? I mean, not marriage, but like loving relationships, sexual. Stuff. Anyways, relationships, children, grandparents, friendships. You know, you guys get the gist. Relationships. Use your five senses. How do you want them to be? Do you want to be able to go on a date night with your loved one once a week? Do you want to be able to play with your kid when he comes home from school or when they come home from school every day? Oh, romantic relationships. Katrina, you always get me, girl. Thank you. Gosh. I'll answer all questions. Oh my gosh, Jen. Oh my gosh. Five senses. Use your discretion. Yes, lovers work too. But when your relationships, like how often do you want to spend quality time with these people, right? Do you want to have a girls' getaway every 6 months? Do you want to go have a, coffee date with your closest girlfriends every Saturday morning? Do you want to be able to pick up your kids from school every single day? Like, what do you want in these relationships? And use your five senses. Right? Do you want to hear laughter of your kids running through the house every morning? Do you want to hear your significant other come home and say, I missed you, and, have a big smile on his face and he kisses you on the cheek? Or do you want, girlfriends being giggly and talking about Real Housewives or whatever we do when we're crazy together? I don't know. But think about your five senses when you're talking about relationships, and think about all relationships, your friends, your family, and your romantic relationships. Okay. Next is finances or your income. Do you want to be debt-free? Do you want to have 6 figures in savings? Do you want to be able to take your family on a random vacation one weekend without having to save for it? What are included in your 5 senses, in your finances and your income? I'm not saying you're laying on a king size bed and you smell all these green monies, like you have dollar bills y'all all over your bed. I'm not talking about that, but I'm talking about the things that you can do with where you're at financially and where you're at in 5 years, right? Next is number 4 is career. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Are you still a Beachbody coach? Are you still continuing the journey of the career that you're doing right now? Have you fell out of love with that passion and doing? Teresa's like, nope. I seen that head shake. I saw it. Do you see yourself in a different kind of success as doing something else? Maybe Beachbody has led you to life coaching or being a nutritionist or a personal trainer or something else, helping other people, or running your own Biggest Loser TV show or something. Use your 5 senses again. One thing that I loved when he was talking to me, his name's Nick, by the way. So he was talking to me and he was bringing these up and he was like, he kept saying, remember your 5 senses when you're going over this. And it was funny because the first sense that I thought about career, I thought of 2 things. Hearing, when I thought about my career, I thought of laughter, because when we get on our Zooms or our one-on-ones, half the time we're laughing or giggling or something. The second thing, this is like to me to a T, but the second thing, feel, all the feels, is I cry a lot and I have relationships with a lot of women who, you know, and you guys do too, where you devour or you share things that you don't even share with your bestest friends, and they make you cry, like these stories that you hear or even tell other women, and it's like you feel so comfortable and confident with them, you just share because you've been following their journey or whatever, and you share, and then you can't help but be involved in that. You can't help but be invested in their story or them in yours, and we end up crying. So those are the 2 senses that popped up right away, because I'm never leaving Beachbody. Like I will always be a coach, even if like my weight or whatever plummets and I'm like, F whatever, I'm never not being a coach ever, because I love it so much, because of the relationships and the community and the camaraderie and the support and the laughters and the tears. Like that, it's legit. But those are the 2 things that I brought up. And he thought it was funny because he works with a lot of women, and he's like, is that all you guys do is laugh and cry? And I'm like, no, we get mad sometimes. Maybe when Aunt Flo visits, or I don't know, unless you have chocolate you can give us, right? Okay. Number 5, spirituality. Whether you're religious or you're spiritual or whatever, what I want you guys to think of when you think of this, because everyone believes in something differently, right? There's no wrong thing to believe in. But think of spirituality as your relationship with the world around you, with the universe, with whatever you believe in. Think of how we are all connected and what you have to benefit from that and what others around have to benefit from you. Hillary, your babe looks super scared right now. She's like, oh my God. Yeah, I'm calling on you. And also, if that means like you want to read your Bible every morning, you do nightly prayers, you do daily meditations, things like that. So really, really dig deep, get super detailed where you want to be and what your 5 senses are that's incorporated in this. Last but not least, may be my favorite. Contribution. How do you plan on contributing to others in 5 years? Now, it could be charity. It could be helping out at a soup kitchen. It could be helping out at shelters. It could be, me and my boyfriend decided, I'm super excited to do this, guys. We are going to start volunteering once a month at the Humane Society, which probably I'm going to cry a whole bunch because I can't take home all the puppies. But we're going to start doing that, and I'm really excited. So think about, whether you're donating money, you're donating time, you're donating goods, whatever you're doing, you're contributing to others. But here's something that Nick said to me that really made me feel super fulfilled. He said, but in your line of work, it's different. Not a lot of people would be able to put this down. I said, what do you mean? He goes, because as a Beachbody coach, you already are a huge contributor. And I was like, oh my gosh, you're right. He's like, because your business is changing people's lives. You're contributing every day you post a post-workout selfie. Every day that you post about how you had a crummy day and you have a motivational swing at the end, how you're picking it back up. You contribute every day that someone reaches out to you and says, help, because you help them. When you're adding value to people's lives, when you're posting in a group or posting on social media a motivational quote, you're contributing. And I loved that. I loved that he said that to me because I was like, oh my gosh, he's so spot on. So maybe you want to do that times 10. Maybe you want to up it, whatever. But think about when you're doing one of each of these categories, think about your 5 senses. How do you want it to feel? What do you want to hear or taste? Taste that dog slobber when they're shaking at the Humane Society. I don't know. That's gross. What are the senses? Touch, taste, feel, hear, and smell, and sight. Touch, taste. Oh my gosh. Yes. Can you post our homework? I will answer all questions at the end. Yes. And I'm sure Jen could get my back and post the 5 senses because she's smart like that. So when you guys create this, what you're doing is creating a clear picture of how you want your life. Because I know we've all been on Pinterest or we all seen on Google or Facebook where it says that quote, if you don't aim for your goals, you're going to be working for someone to help them reach their goals or dreams or whatever. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? If you don't shoot for your dreams, you're going to be working for someone else's dreams, whatever. But that's really true. So when you have this crystal clear vision of what you want your life to be like, then what you can do, if people start asking you questions, like, your friend from 2nd grade, they think that you need to pay $3,000 for a plane ticket to fly across the country that you haven't talked to in 4 years, but she's getting married, but no kids are allowed, so you can't bring your entire family with you. Well, once you are asked a question, you can go back to your mission. Is that in my mission? Because my family's in this. Quality time with so-and-so's in this. But me spending money, which is also in my mission, my finances and my income, that's going to make it easier for you to say no to things. Or, thank you, Jen. Or if someone says, I have this personal development book, I think it would really help with budgeting or something. And you're like, oh my gosh, I really need help with budgeting. I would love that. Right? So it helps you distinguish whether or not you should say yes or no to certain things. Because I know a lot of you on here are just like me and you're a people pleaser. And so you feel the need to say yes to everybody that asks you a question, to do them a favor, right? I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but a lot of the times it does not align with what our needs are, especially for us, for our health, for our family, for our future. And we need to realize that it's okay to say no. And don't be snarky and be like, oh no, I ain't gonna do it. But you can be like, no, because I really am, my family is super important to me and I really want to spend quality time with them. I only get 3 hours a day to hang out with my kids until they go to bed from school. So I can't go to the movies with you tonight or the concert with you tonight. But it's going to help you create a crystal clear vision of where you want to go. I'm going to tell you this. So I wish I would have done this when I first signed as a coach, because yes, I was dead broke for the first year. Um, but I would still, it was like any time that I got a decent paycheck, I was like, oh, I could go shopping. Oh, I could go shopping. Oh, I could go buy some Target jeans. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. You know, like $24 jeans. And I would go and I'd spend a bunch of money. And then the next week I'd be like, oh, I wish I didn't buy those. I wish I didn't buy those. And then my friend would call me, hey, do you want to go get drinks? Oh yeah, I want to go get drinks. I could wear my new Target jeans or whatever. And I'd go and I'd spend extra money. And I'm like, I keep saying yes to things that I don't need, that aren't a necessity to me. And at that point in time, I didn't have a vision. I didn't have a clear picture of what I wanted or where I was headed. And so I feel like I was lost in the sauce, you know, just going back and forth with like my actions and my reactions and not really getting anywhere. Yes, I was improving in my business and my fitness, but I wasn't really growing. And so I wish that I would have learned this from the beginning, but now you guys can learn it with me now moving forward, which we could teach any new coach that hops on with us, right? So this is your life vision statement. This is something that you should have written down. And I know a lot of people love typing and stuff because you're with the ages, but if you're anything like me, I'm super caveman style and I still like pen and paper. And I really think there's something about writing with your like handwriting with a pen or pencil and putting it down on paper yourself. It's more engaging to you. It's more personal. It's more intimate. And then it really sinks in more instead of just typing your fingertips on the keys on the keyboard. So I challenge you to take time, walk away from the screen, get off the computer, and grab a piece of paper out of your kid's notebook, because I'm sure a lot of us adults don't have lined paper laying around, and write it down. And I want you to write it down, maybe make copies of it, stick it places where you need it the most, right? So maybe you need it in your kitchen, like in a drawer where you used to keep all your sugary snacks, right? Maybe you need it in your computer office where all your personal development is, because you feel like, oh, I don't need my personal development today. Oh, I don't need my PD today because I want to do a more intense workout. Well, if you look at it and you see it sitting right next to your personal development, you're like, oh my gosh, well, those are in line with where I want to go in my vision. So I'm going to grab my personal development this morning. Or shorten it up, put it on your phone. Put it next to your laptop. Put it next to your house phone. If any of you, like, I'm really caveman-y. Pen and paper and a house phone. Yes, I just admitted to everybody. So if you have a house phone and, you know, maybe you have bill collectors call, or maybe you have, you know, your mother-in-law call and you're not very fond of her, and maybe you need this vision statement in front of her because she calls and she asks you all these favors all the time, which are crazy. I don't know. But keep these in places that you can see them, or carry it around with you in your purse. Just make sure that you're aware of it. And if you're married, get him involved, get her involved, get your loved ones involved, because they can help you with it. And I'm telling you, when they're included, the support is 10 times more powerful. When they feel included, they know where you're headed. They know where you want to go. And so they don't feel like you're just doing something by yourself. Does that make sense? Because a lot in this company too, I'm going to be honest with you, a lot I've seen, and it's happened to me a lot of times when, and I'm not trying to be biased or anything here, but a lot of times when a man sees a woman wanting to improve herself, maybe she wants to lose weight, maybe she wants to work on her mentality or her emotional growth, and she starts reading personal development and she starts getting happier and she starts letting negativity grow, well, then he starts feeling insecure. Or even close friendships. Maybe your close friends are going to start feeling insecure, right? Because they feel like this person's changing, so they feel the need inside of them to change, right? So I want you to think for a second and think of, is my significant other supportive? If not, have I included them in on my vision? Because if you haven't, I bet you the support is going to change if you start including them in your vision. It's huge. And I'm going to tell you, like, my marriage didn't last. And it wasn't because of Beachbody. Beachbody wrecked my marriage. No. Oh my God, I can't believe I just said that out loud. That's not what happened. We just parted ways. But I'm telling you this because I'm in a relationship now with my boyfriend, Michael. And he started getting mad at me because, well, not mad at me, but he started getting upset because I would be very vague with my Beachbody answers. And he'd be like, so what does this 5-star mean? What does this diamond mean? And I'm like, oh, just a rank advance. And he's like, it seems like it's not important to you because you're not sharing it with me. And then I told him, I said, well, I didn't think that you were interested because you don't know much about it. And he said, how can I know much about it if you don't teach me? And I was like, oh my gosh, I just got a swift kick to the bum. And so I've been talking to him about it, and he gets excited with me. I'm like, oh my gosh, Katrina just had business starter today, and you did too, by the way. So good job, guy. And Jill did too. And he's like, he gets excited with me, instead of like being pestering, like, why are you on Facebook when we're supposed to be watching NCIS together? And I'm like, I'm like, because I just signed a new coach, and he gets excited with me now. Like, it's a total different transition when you include them in it. Even if you don't think that they care, if they see you excited, they're going to be excited with you because it's that loving thing that they give, right? Whether they get it or not, they'll be excited with you. But you cannot miss that opportunity to share it with them. Like, don't discredit them because they don't know about it or they're not doing a workout or drinking the Kool-Aid too. When you start sharing things with them, they'll be more supportive. So don't disclude them and let them get excited with you. And be silly excited like I am. Like, I'm such a 3rd grade girl. When anything exciting happens in my business, I squeal and get all excited and jump around. And he's like, okay, what happened now? What's going on now? Whose name am I gonna get heard from now? So he knows all you guys, by the way. So create your vision statement. Okay. I don't know why I wrote this one down. It says, does it get to you? Oh, okay. So this is what I was talking about when people ask you questions, or when certain things come up. Maybe it's a trip, maybe it's a getaway, maybe it's someone wanting you to go to a different Super Saturday. For those of you who don't know what Super Saturday is, it's a quarterly Beachbody event. You don't want to miss it. They're everywhere. The next one's October 29th. Write that down. And it will be in your coach online office. So you'll be able to find an event near you. They're awesome. But anyways, so when you're prompted with an opportunity, you want to think, does it get to you? Oh my gosh, let me try this one more time. Does it get you to your map? Does it get you to your vision? So when you are asked, maybe it's even someone asked you to go out on a Tuesday night and you're like, oh yeah, I could skip my team call. That's no big deal. It's just Vicki and some ladies. No! Say no. How about you sign up as a coach and you join me on this kick-ass team call? Boom. I got the thumbs up from T. But I mean, you got to think, is it going to help me get me to where I want to go? And if you have been saying yes to certain things that doesn't, it's okay. Don't feel like a failure. Don't feel like you've been making mistakes. We've all done it. Like, I've went and got my nails done during times when I should be working from home, and I stopped doing that. I have, but now I schedule things to where I'm a full-time coach, and I schedule my days out starting on Sunday night. So I know when I can now go surprise my son at school for lunch, or I know when I could take my girlfriend out for coffee, or I know when I could take a break from work to, do anything random. But if I'm in the middle of a workday that's scheduled and I know the things that I should be doing, and then someone comes over and they're like, hey girl, you want to hang out? I'm sorry, I can't, because, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. Like, this is going to get me to where I want to be, and me going to have mimosas with the girlfriend in the middle of the day. Yes, it sounds like a great time, but it's not going to get me to my vision. So you guys want to really think about, is what you're saying yes to hurting you or helping you get to your vision? And you want to reinforce that with your coaches too, especially when it comes to setting business hours. A lot of the times we think that we need to do busy work all day long, and we feel super busy and overwhelmed by the end of the day, and we don't feel productive. Because half the time we're half-assing things. We're multitasking. We're listening to team calls while we're eating dinner with their kid while we're folding laundry at the same time, and you're not paying 100% attention to any of that. Or if you're playing with your kid, and I could say this because I used to do this, play with your kid while returning messages to people you're helping. I'm not giving them my undivided attention, as I'm not giving my son undivided attention, and that's not fair for anybody. So when you sit down and set your business hours and be strict about them, because those are going to be your focused time that you work your business, and that's going to help you get your initial vision. That's going to help you, and everyone along the way is going to be happy because everybody gets your undivided attention, right? So no more playing on Facebook when you should be watching NCIS. Okay. So that's that. I'm going to open it up for any questions. I'll go through the chat first. Body, it's health and well-being, Tracy. Health, well-being, relationships, finances and income, career, spirituality or religion, and contribution. And Jen, like I said, how detailed do I want you to be? Just use your discretion. This is something for you. This is not something that you need to go on social media and share about. When dating, Andrew would tell his friends, I'm going to see my lady friend. That's cute. Katrina, she wants out of that dental field. Yeah, T does want out of that dental field. Charlene, I want to be out of retailing, cashiering. Yes. I've been wanting to do that with my kids. Awesome, Victoria. Can we post our homework on our group page? Can you post our homework on our group page? Yes, I can. You know what I'm also going to do? Because unfortunately, I know not everyone watches our recordings, but I'm actually going to go Facebook Live. And after this, that's why I wanted to make it a little shorter than usual. And share what the homework assignment is, because I want to challenge other people to do this too. Touch, feel, hear, see, and smell. Thank you. Oh my gosh. Kim and Jen, you guys are the best. Taste, taste, touch. I'm like, what? I know a little trick to remember the senses. The teacher in me. Oh, Nikki. That's awesome. Thank you. I needed to hear that. Nope, not in my house. Thank you. I do not want to be a nurse full-time. Okay, so I have a quick question for you. With a show of hands, who wants to be in the same exact career field that they're in right now that is not Beachbody coaching? Brittany, Tracy. Brittany and Tracy. All right. Who wants to be a Beachbody coach in 5 years? Okay. Who wants to have complete freedom in 5 years? All right. I love how you can only see Joyce's hand. At least you're raising it, girl. That's awesome. All right. Yes, I want to surprise my kids at school. That is one of the best things about being a full-time Beachbody coach, Angie, is being able to surprise Gage at school. I swear there's no smile on your kid's face ever until they see you bringing them a Lunchable or even like a cookie to go with their lunch or nothing, just bringing yourself, just surprising them. And then they make their friends scoot over and you're like, yeah, I'm cool. Hey, I don't know how long that's going to last, but I'm soaking it up. But like I said, there's no greater feeling for you and your kids when that happens. And that's going to happen soon for you, babe. I know it is. All right. Does anyone have any questions? Feel free to unmute yourself. Don't be shy.
I guess I do. I have one little question.
Okay.
So we're writing this for ourselves, but are we actually, because we're going to be, you said we should write it out, like handwrite it. Do you want us to post it in the group? Or is that an optional thing? Are you going to be writing it and posting and sharing?
I am writing mine, and I was actually going to read it Facebook Live video for you guys.
Oh. So do you want us to post? Because I mean, I'm totally open to
if you want to, yeah. That would be fantastic if you want to. That'd be awesome. yeah, this is something that I'm definitely doing with you guys. I don't just tell you guys to do something and then me not do. I'm like, oh yeah, go try this out. See how it works.
And I know that.
I know.
I just want to know if I get to see yours.
Oh well, yeah, it's fine. Fine, I'll share mine with you. Yes, you'll be in one of my relationships. One thing too, guys, is what was I gonna say? Damn it. I just lost it. Oh, this can help you if you've never done a vision board too. After you write your vision statement, your life statement, this can actually help you create a vision board. Like if you're very visual, like there's 4 different types of learning personalities. One of them is visual. I don't know the rest because I don't comprehend the rest. But one of the things is having a vision board of what your vision statement is. So you can see the backyard with your family playing together. You can see the trips you want to take. You can see all the lives you help change. You can see all this stuff. And so it kind of like summarizes it and makes it fun. So if you're super crafty, some people have gone to Michael's, like Jill Riggio. Is she on here? Last year, she made this awesome vision board. Her and one of her coaches made super fantastic glittery vision boards that were so fun. Some people like to do it on like PicMonkey or another free software. Heather's going to share one.
Yeah, I have one too, but I'm not done.
Oh, awesome, Victoria. Oh, Heather, I love that. Oh, that's fun. Oh, hers is big. That's awesome. So if you guys do make vision boards too, I would love for you to share it. So Victoria, when you get done with yours, I would love for you to share it too. But it can actually help you. And the really fun thing about vision boards is if your kids are, they're arts and craftsy, they would love to help be involved. Whether they're 2 years old or 12 years old, they would love to be involved, like cutting out pictures or picking the perfect house or, perfect pets. That would be something that my kid would. Here's 10 turtles and 18 cats. And what'd you say, Victoria?
I had my daughters make their own.
Oh, that's awesome.
And so.
Oh, that's so awesome. That's such a good idea. All right. So, is this something you all are going to start implementing and focusing on and helping you make certain decisions in your life moving forward? All right. Awesome. Very well. I'm actually going to have him guest speak on one of our team calls soon. So that will be exciting. Oh, another thing. This is really quick, but so this does not have anything to do with creating a vision statement, but this is something fun that he taught me to do. And this is something that I want to start implementing with you guys and something that I want you guys to start implementing moving forward. You could do it with your kids or your business or whatever. So he said, when you celebrate a win or a victory or something that you're proud of or whatever, you have to relate it to an action. You have to do a certain action because anytime you do that action, it just automatically makes you feel good. It puts a smile on your face, right? So he says, anytime that we celebrate something, we do this. Yes. And like, you can't do that motion and then be in a bad mood right afterwards. Like, I want you guys to try it right now. Say it out loud. Do it with me. Yes, we're doing it together. Put your hands up. Yes. Nikki, come on. That was half-ass. I saw you. But you cannot like, yes, yay, get the littles involved. Yes. See, you can't do that and not feel good. So he said he's like, honestly, this is something like when his coach told him to do this, he's like, I felt silly. Like, who's going to be watching me when I'm doing this? Is anyone else involved? Who am I on camera? Like, what do I have to do? He's like, now I do that in like the grocery store when I don't pick up the Rolos. I'm like, yes, like I do little ones to myself. And he's like, I can't help but feel good when you do this motion and you relate it to something good. So like anytime something happens, you just, oh yeah, don't worry. Don't worry about doing the motion when you're holding your phone. It's okay. I totally get it. But you can do it after you put the phone down, you can do it. But then it helps too when you're feeling a setback or you're feeling something negative happens, right? Then all of a sudden you think about something good, right? Because we want to put a positive spin on every negativity. And then you do your yes. and you just immediately smile because maybe you feel a little silly inside, or just it feels good, or you're like just that celebration. But I challenge you guys to start incorporating something. Maybe it's not this, maybe it's an air high five, or like a little jig, or whatever it is, but find emotion that you guys can start incorporating into something that's good and start doing it, because I promise you it's going to help. Like I've been doing it since Friday, and Michael's like, I'm sick of your yeses. And I'm like, yes. Oh, it's fun, and it's fun to do. And Gage is doing it too. So it's fun to see your kids like, getting the positive energy and stuff. So it's fun. I challenge you guys to incorporate that in, and all the littles, teach all the littles to do it, because it's fun too. So anyways, so take time this week, write your vision statement, write it 5 years from today, and write it as a memory. Like I remember when I signed up as a coach on September 1st, 2016, and blah, 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 blah. Or I'm so proud of where I've been along my journey. This is where I am now. This is where I used to be. This is how far I've came. Things like that. This is not something that I'm having you guys do for me. So don't think that. This is something that I'm having you do for you. This is your business and your life. I just show you the blueprint, and I help you create the house of your dreams, if you will. But it's up to you guys if you guys utilize this and help it change your life, because I promise you, if you do, it just might. Anyways, so thank you guys all for hopping on tonight. I'm going to end the recording. So thank you for watching the recording for those of you that did.